How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video, and friends, we're good from Selcat has left us this Cyclops in rank 4, a true beast, and we are going to make a showcase for him. We are not going to analyze the character because we already have a video of that, but we are going to explain a little about his way of playing through fights, and we are going to see how his damage is in different fights with different synergies and in different fields of battle. Okay, this one in this case is left to us for 87 by our friend Hellcat, which basically, well, what makes the ability unique is that it stores the damage in 73.59% of the spines. Therefore, from there, it turns him into a direct counter of Tuna Core on any character that reverberates damage to you. Okay, apart from the fact that we gain a persistent charge for each X-Men that we arrive on the team and that each charge increases, well, our efficiency and our precision is worth it. And apart from that, when we win a fight, we also win a charge. In this case, you are already seeing the concentration of statistics that we have given to the character. Basically, we have improved accuracy in critical strength as an attacker so that you are more likely to throw critical attacks. And apart from the concentration of the defender's statistics, since I have considered it special damage, although blocking penetration would also be advisable. Okay, in this case, the best relic, and what can be attributed to this Cyclops is Storms, since he is a character who is influenced by imloquial attacks, and in the end the Storm Relic and increases the damage from those imloquial attacks. So the first thing we are going to do is a fight against the little soldier in winter to more or less know how to fight with him without any synergy. So therefore you are seeing that we have 0 persistent charges. Then we're going to do this fight again, but with a few persistent charges through the Sin of the X. So how do we play friends? Well, weak and medium blows, and you are already seeing how the damage is increasing and how we are getting those precision improvements. Okay, so you are already seeing how we have more critics and how we are reaching damage of 2011 1000. And the truth is that it's not bad at all. So in this case, we are going to play with the fast way, okay? It's without using Super Attack 3, which is actually how it should be used in long fights, that in reality, this should be a long fight shooting halfway, but I want to see if he manages to kill this side of winter simply with the short way that Cyclops has, okay? It's basically reaching the 15 precision charges that we are almost reaching, and with that we throw the relic, and with that we throw the super attack too. Okay, so we throw the relic right now, we throw the combo, we throw the relic, we do a medium hit again, Devil Media. We threw a super attack 2 and looked at what absurd damage this Cyclops has in rank 4, that simply with a super attack 2 plus 1 super attack 1, we have managed to burst this little winter soldier worth with literally 0 persistent charges. So now, I'm going to take a little break, okay? We have lasted 1 hour, 1 minute with 5. Okay, but in this case, well, he was explaining to us, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to put in the synergies and see you right now. You are already seeing the synergies that I bring, which is basically with America Chavez, who is not really an X-Men, but what he does is increase his damage due to those bursts. Then we also have Colosso, who apart from increasing his damage, yes, he is an X-Men. Phoenix, who is an X-Men, and then Dazzler, who is another X-Men. So right now you are seeing that we have 0 persistent charges, but when we are going to start the fight, you are going to see that we start with 3 persistent charges. Therefore, other damage through basic blows are going to be even greater. You are also seeing that with the last blow, which is in the end a burst of dose of the force that Cyclops has, well, thanks to the synergy of America Chavez, well, we get that red damage due to physical burst. It's okay that in the end, it's what gives us the synergy. Therefore, we are going to apply the same gameplay that we have done before so that you can see the difference in damage and how strong the Cyclops becomes, especially for those persistent charges. Because our little winter soldier friend has already hit us several times, because the truth is we have missed a few blows, but nothing happens because you are already seeing how we are advancing and how he is doing. We are doing even more and more damage for those critical blows. The truth is a very strong character, and the truth has become one of my favorite characters. Besides, I already liked the X-Men, but now with the damage, they have done it justice in the games. So let's see how he does with Super Attack 2. You have already seen that literally with a super attack 2, we have taken on the synergies. You have already seen with the difference from the previous gameplay, we simply needed a super attack 2. It is not a super attack 1 because now we only need a super attack 2. In reality, there is no longer any way to check the massive damage that this character has, because let's remember that Abyss of Legends and the Necropolis have the damage limit. So what I'm going to show you now is a part of the functionality that Cycle Prevel has. Are we going to go in Act 9, because there is a path where we have Lotan, we are going to start a new one. In this case, we are also going to test it with the synergies, so that you can see the massive damage that the character can have. There is a path that you are already seeing here, which is Sentry. And for me, it is one of the abilities that Cyclops has, that basically thanks to his loads of precision, we can be making many more critical hits than normally a character who does not have those precision. So what does that node tell us? That basically we can only be doing damage through where we are. Where are we? Look, it's the defender who receives 30% more damage from hits than, but receives 60% less life even from non-critical sources. Therefore, I recommend that when we are forced to deal critical hits, always take Cyclops, because it is even more likely to hit critical hits, as you will see right now on screen. Furthermore, in this case, Sentry, since it has more life, has 700,000 life. I think so and so too. We're not dropping him any damage basically by blows, okay? Because he only receives hits of critical hits, as you are already seeing on the screen, which basically white hits do almost no harm to him. So let's try to see how this Cyclops performs with these characters that are basically fights in which they force us to deal critical blows. And in the end, it is how we are actually going to also extract functionality from this character, that they have given him quite good functionality, just like that precise concentration that will allow us to avoid the illusion of any character. Okay, and apart from the fault, so it's a double-edged sword. This Cyclops, you are already seeing that we have it literally 63%. We roll super attack 2 and see what damage we have through critical hits, and we roll another super attack 1 and see 133.3 thousand plus 100,000 damage. Friends, Cyclope is a piece of beast. And if on top of that we continue testing on this same path that we have Dr. Voodoo, we are going to test it since we are with more loads thanks to all the synergies we have from the X-Men. You are going to see the massive damage that the character does. I tell you, it is a half-weak blow, half reaching the precision that we require. In this case, my fighting mode asks me to 15. We may be doing the long one, that is basically being with the super attackers to do several super attacks in a row. But I believe that right now, as the Marvel baiters are superior, we don't have as much life in the characters, because basically we are going to be able to be doing a terrible damage simply with the way I'm showing you in these videos. I already tell you that it also works very well against characters who try to fail or forgive. Yes, fail or illusion thanks to that accurate concentration. Although we already know that in fights, for example, H is 9.2 in 9.1, well, there are nodes that lower the probability of accurate concentration, since the failure and Kaban illusion put it a lot in their missions in game. In that case, well, in Baterons, for example, it could be working a lot for us, for example. Not against a Kitty Pred who is a good defender, or any character who makes illusion like Bullseye is okay. It is literally the best counter we can do with Bullseye. You have already seen how we have quickly taken on this Dr. Voodoo thanks to a super attack 2. He is a piece of beast. And I am going to show you the last thing you were going to do. And I was going to tell you about accurate concentration so that you see the absolute damage it has. Let's see if he has a bag. And our great friend has gone up. It seems not. I'm going to see if I find a bullseye, and I'll show it to any character who adds illusion. But also in the meantime, while I find it, I have found core, which is another of the advantages that Cyclops has. Because let's remember that the damage caused by thorns that core does to us, basically thanks to the singular reality that our friend Cyclops has, we are going to be able to return all the damage to him. Okay, as you're going to see right now, we just don't reduce the damage of those thorns to 75%. Logically, the more we climb, the more damage we will be applying to the character, and the less damage our thorns will be doing to us. In this case, you have seen how it has lowered our spines to 86%. I'll see if I can find a bull site so I can teach you about it, okay? And friends, I have already found a bull site out there with 7 stars in RAM 4, and you are also going to see the usefulness that this character has thanks to that precise concentration that in this fights is key to not losing it. You're already seeing how it's coming out under our bull site dodge failed. Therefore, thanks to that precise concentration that our friend Cyclops has, we are going to avoid the illusions of any character in this case by making a perfect counter against characters as annoying as Bullseye in this case. And any character who activates the illusion assiduously, such as classic Spider-Man, Spider-Jam, any character at the end who fights wildly. So friends, this Cyclops has turned her into a piece of beast. In this case, we have been able to test it thanks to our friend Hellcat in rank 4. Leave me in the comments what you thought, because this show, which is in 4th place, we have been able to explore its greatest damage. Well, actually its greatest damage, no, because there is no place where we can be exploring the maximum damage unless you have the beta to be able to face characters from a massive life that can be explored there, the damage. And I also wanted a note here. I wanted to remove the synergy that it has with Professor X. Let us remember that thanks to that synergy, it is going to bring demolitions with each super attack. And that synergy is already confirmed that they are going to be eliminating it, or they are going to be nerfed by Kaban. And that is why I have not wanted to include it in the video, because in the end, it is not going to be available in a short time. So I really liked it. They have increased his damage, but a disgusting and barbaric nature, and apart from that, they have also increased his offensive capacity, thanks giving that concentration, to avoid the illusion and failure of opponents. And also with those thorns that are as annoying as they can be from Tuna Cord, as I have shown you on screen. So friends, leave me in the comments what you thought was the improvement of Cyclops. If you raised it to rank 4, and friends, I hope you liked the video. Suggest you are not there, and see you in other videos. Bye bye.